Welcome back to Let's Play the Capo 2. It's been maybe 2 days, 3 days, I don't know, 4 days maybe even, I don't know. I haven't recorded since maybe the day I uploaded the part before the final part of Nanaka's route, or the day before, or the day on that day that I uploaded that. I don't know if I'm making any sense there, but basically that's when I last recorded for this. So, we've completed the route and I've seen the comments, and it pretty much seems that it's all kind of just like, yes, what you should do is when you get to Coco's route, do it from the start all the way through and then get the alternative ending after that. Just like, yeah, I can do that, that's fine and dandy. But I was originally going to do the whole flip a coin, or in my case, flip a disc, like the Sims 2 discs for the heads and tails, because I don't have a coin, or flip the freaking guitar tuner like I did last time, I think, and that's just weird. But since one comment said that once the robot girl route, I'm going to be a complete asshole and instead go Fanzu's route. Sorry, no, I'm just kidding, we'll go for Robo Chick this time. Because, like I said at the start of this, like, Nanaka and Coco have the band routes, and these two have the skiing trip route, so let's like do one at a time for each, and then like after that, we'll have like either Anzu or Coco come after that. We'll flip a coin, if I can freaking find a damn coin, because there are no coins in my room, and I don't get a coin in advance for this shit, you know? And then after that, we will have to flip the coin again when we have unlocked Otome and Yume's routes, which will pretty much unlock them right after clearing Robogirl's route, because I think you only need to clear a route from each different type of route. Also, what did you think of my performance in the previous part? I can't believe I actually recorded over that. It was actually not all that bad. Well, some of it was. Like at the end, we're like beep beep beep. I was actually playing it. Like I figured out like how that bit goes. It's basically around the 12th fret on the G and B strings for the most part, and the 13th fret, maybe the 15th fret as well on the B string. Very simple and easy to figure out. I think like the solo bit, which I didn't actually try to do properly, it's more like 2-note kind of sliding, but I don't really know where it was. And the chords, from what I could figure out, which I surprisingly think I figured out anyway, are G, C, and F. Pretty simple, only 3 chords I think it had in there. I was just kind of improvising through the whole thing, honestly. Figuring it out as I went with it. But then again, I did take 3 or 4 takes on it, because I was practicing, just like, what can I actually play along to this? I thought I was going to just improvise, but instead I actually tried. It was as if I was playing like some kind of backing guitar for him or some shit. It was like, I'm backing Yoshiyuki on the guitar. But anyways, let's get the show on the road. Indeed. And let us not forget that we skipped scenes we've seen before. That was fast. Wow 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 wow. Match fit body content. You know, the stupidest thing happened to me yesterday, actually. When I uploaded, was it part 88 of Persona 4? I uploaded it, and then YouTube was like, that's over the amount of time you're allowed to upload. Just like, what? I've been uploading videos of this length for freaking past year or more. It's like, yeah, well, we kind of want to know, and it's kind of funny since we're going through the Robot Girl route. I like how even you commenters refer to her as Robot Girl. It's like, what was her name again? Amakase Minatsu. But yeah. But the stupid thing was, it's just like, we want to know if you're a human and not a robot, so, can we, like, have your phone number? And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Not in that kind of, oh, you just want to spy on me with the phones and all that, but more in the, have you any idea when the last time I used my phone was? Because I can't. I'm not much of a phone person. Got people with all the iPhones and all that shit. I've got freaking Sony Ericssons that I've had since 2009, for crying out loud. And if I if I knew where it was and it probably still work, I also have a Sony Ericsson from 2005. That freaking phone has survived concrete and a river. Granted, you can't make calls on it, but that was the case when I was given it anyway. It was second hand. But that is like, it was like the Sony Ericsson version of a freaking Nokia. Very durable. Merry Christmas. It's a strange thing with phones. The more expensive ones have more features, but are freaking as durable as a twig. But yeah, having the freaking... And my phone is a bit dodgy, because like, I don't charge it at all, don't really use it. So when I charge it, it takes forever just to even respond. And then I let it charge a bit, and then like, okay, now switch it on, and get the freaking stupid code. I was like, why do you do that, YouTube? I'm not a robot. The girl in this route's a robot, and... Wait. That's actually stupid when you think about it. What if robots became intelligent enough to actually have phones? Just like, oh, I'm a robot, but I've got a phone myself, you know, and I can get these codes myself. Just like, they're taking over! But... Skippy skip. They bow. A haunted house again. Bow. Halt! While we have seen the scene before, I feel we might as well go for it again, since it involves Robo Chick. You know, no matter how many times you mention your name, Robo Chick, throughout this, I'll probably still call you that. This can't be true. But, there was a girl sleeping in the capsule. She was like a doll. This is too strange, isn't it? I couldn't help but stare at her. When I looked carefully, I could see her chest faintly moving up and down. This must be a joke. You know, can you imagine, like, if she existed in the real world? Like, when I was talking about the whole notification from YouTube, and they always do that on the internet. It's just like, us robots don't have any rights. I can imagine it being like that. It's like, more reason to hate people. It's like, I can't even have a YouTube account because it's illegal for a robot to have a YouTube account. But I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe there was a girl put into cold sleep here. How ridiculous. This isn't a game. This is a visual novel. There is a bit of a difference. Is that so? But when I thought calmly, that made sense. This isn't some fancy setting. She's simply sleeping here for some reason. It was more natural to think that way. As Suganami mumbled, I looked at the girl again. She had navy blue hair and well-organized facial features. She was beautiful. She gave a somewhat mysterious impression. Now, what if this robot wasn't attractive? What if it had, like, the most hideous face you've ever seen? It'd be a different story then, wouldn't it? Just like, oh, we can't have that as one of the main characters. Just like, that's just like a side character for, like, jokes because ugly. It's kind of messed up if you look at it in that kind of way, really. She had a small figure and cords attached to both her arms. The cords extended into the pipe. Suganami looked at the ceiling. Who's this? What are you going to do? He walked around the capsule. As he walked, he examined it. Suganami pointed to the capsule when he reached the opposite end. What is it? I went around and looked at it. Writing? I bent down to look at it closely. Click! Ah! My knee touched the capsule. I felt like my knee pushed in something. It was like I pushed a switch. I just felt something odd on my knee. Tsunami lit... What? Lit my knee area without saying a word. Lit? My knee was touching a switch-like bump on the side of the capsule. Oh wait, I see. You got a torch. A red light was flashing. The rhythmical beeping continued. What are we going to do? It's like, let's sit back and relax, and then suddenly a SWAT team comes in and fires at them. You're just like, we shouldn't have stuck around, Tsunami. Is that it? He was right. What do you think this is? The beeping stopped as if its work was finished. What can you think of? I followed what Tsunami was looking at. The girl inside the capsule. Our eyes met. I see. Just the outcome we expected. The girl was glaring at me. Her fists were shaking. She hasn't got her hands made into fists, but whatever. She raised herself up. She does. It's just they couldn't be asked to draw it. Quickly at that. Wait. I would say way to ruin the serious mood, but I kinda did that right at the start, really. A nice sound rang out. The mystery disappeared instantly. The glass lid rattled. No, I didn't. Is it my fault? No matter how I looked at it, I didn't think it was my fault. The girl was trying to work something inside of the capsule. With the whir of a motor, the glass lid slid open to each side. The girl clicked her tongue loudly as she got up. Her forehead was red. Wait, if she's a robot, how does that work? Are you okay? You know, if anyone happens to come across, like, this LP from this point in the LP, just like, it hasn't been revealed yet, why are you spoiling that? It's just like, because I've already seen it. It's like, just because I've seen it, act like you've never seen this scene before. What? That's more or less what I did with Planet now that I think about it. We go through every route and I just try to act a bit oblivious to what's going on. But then again, this is more like canon, in which I skip through a lot of scenes that we've seen before and usually would talk about some spoilers here and there. But not all of them. Like, no extreme spoilers. She gave him a sharp shout. Her voice was low and she was suppressing her emotion. She was looking at me with eyes full of hostility. The air around her started to get tense. Oops, sorry about that. I came into the cave out of pure curiosity and accidentally activated you when my knee bumped into the switch as I bent over. If I said that right now, I'm sure she'd kill me. I better choose what I say very carefully. You idiot! Look who's talking. My voice cracked. Why are you telling the truth? I'm as stupid as him! It was too late to regret it. The girl slowly raised herself and stood up out of the capsule. She stretched and cracked her neck. She took a fighting position while holding her fist tightly. Wait a minute, calm down, let's talk, okay? Please?
人間風情と同じ時間を共有しなければならないと考えただけで虫唾が走る。
I'm sorry, I'm sorry for pushing the activation button, I really am, but I don't think being violent solves anything. Right, don't you think so too, Tsukunami?
すまない。部外者は黙っていないと怒られてしまうもんで、その件に関してはノーコメントとさせてくれ。
Damn you!
覚えておけ。Minatsuはこの世界で嫌いなものが2つだけある。1つはバナナ、そして人間だ。
The girl came closer to me.
Minatsuはずっと眠っていたかったのだ。それを無理やり叩き起こした挙句、偶然だと？それで済まされると思っているのか？これだから人間ってやつは。
She swung her right fist. Please, violence is wrong! Maybe this is what happens. I heard her fist cut through the air. At the moment, her first came within an inch away from me. Wait, so he didn't get hit. I was thinking that. It's like, maybe because he got punched in the face so hard that he became an oblivious idiot to everything. But nope, a short voice rang out. Gah! Swoosh, slam! My body flew in the air and rolled on the ground. I don't know who you are, but no, you didn't make it in time. I stood up holding my throbbing cheek and looked in the direction the voice had come from. The calm voice belonged to a woman accompanied by several tough-looking men. Mitsukoshi-sensei! She was Mitsukoshi Maker-sensei from the nurse's office. Why is Mitsukoshi-sensei here? She gave a sigh of amazement. Sorry.
聞くまでもないだろう。最悪だ。
Somebody's feeling grumpy. Well, who wouldn't? This like you're sleeping and some asshole wakes you up accidentally. You'd be like, I don't care if it's accident or if there even was a premise. You do not wake me up like that, you little shit.
ごめんなさいね。私たちとしてもあなたを起こすつもりはなかったよ。
Mizukoshi-sensei gave a signal to the man behind her and they closed in on the girls surrounding her.
誰も逃げたりなんかしない。
そう。素直で助かるわ。それじゃあ連れて行って。
Understood. Then the man took the girl away, keeping her surrounded. What's going on? There was a strange capsule in the cave, a girl was sleeping inside of it, and when the alarm sounded, Mitsukoshi-sensei showed up. Type HMA06 Minatsu? I'm totally confused. Calm down. I need to organize the information first.
貴様、なんという名前だ？
Huh? My train of thought was broken when she suddenly spoke to me.
バカか貴様は。Minatsuは貴様の名前を聞いているのだ。
Well, he is a bit of an idiot. Sakurai Yoshiyuki.
桜井か。その名前、覚えておくからな。
She glared at me. No, you don't need to remember. The man continued to lead the girl away.
まったく。入り口の立て看板が見えなかった？立ち入り禁止って。
This brings back memories when this LP first started and I was constantly commented on things like those goofy faces there.
それに有刺鉄線を厳重に張り巡らせておいたはずだけど。
いえ、俺たちが来た時には有刺鉄線は切り取られていました。立て看板には気がつきませんでした。
Tsukunami lied without hesitation.
それよりもさっきの子は HMA06 型とか言っていたように聞こえましたが。
しょうがないわね。彼女はロボットよ。HMA06 型。開発コードはMinatsu。
A robot? I was so surprised I screamed. Oh, a robot?
Minatsu?
ええ、そうよ。
but she was full of emotion for a robot. It's true that robotics have reached amazing standards nowadays. I've seen a robot called Moo that's for sale now, and it sure does look like a real human. But I didn't know a robot that could move and talk with such emotions actually existed.
確かにあそこまで見事に人間らしさを持ったロボは見たことがないな。
あの子は特別なの。だからここで眠らせていたんだけどね。まったく余計な仕事を増やしてくれて。
There's that face, like, freaking dumbass, why'd you do that? I'm sorry.
そうね。悪いと思ってるんなら、一つ仕事を手伝ってもらおうかな。桜井義之君。
Sure, if there's something I can do.
それじゃあ後で放送で呼び出すから、よろしくね。ということで、とっとと帰りなさい。授業始まっちゃうわよ。
Misakochi Sensei clapped her hands to make us leave. Okay, we'll be going. Yep, I did mention this at the start of the recording, but what I think I'll do for like the start of a route, like not like the official start of the route, but more like after a character's ending and what character will be next to go for, I'll like have that part, which is this part, just simply be the name of the character in question that the route is going to be. Just to kind of make it a little bit more convenient there, for future reference. I bowed to Misakoshi Sensei and started the walk, kind of like what I did with Canon. Again, this LP is feeling similar to Canon in the way I'm doing this. Skipping a lot of scenes that we've seen before, and now I'm thinking I'll skip scenes that we've seen before, except scenes that involve the character of which the route is going to be. And like have titles where it will actually officially start. Like not officially the route itself, but you get the idea if I'm not confusing the crap out of you like I've just done to myself. I bowed to Misakoshi Sensei and started to walk.
そうそう。さっきの出来事は全部忘れなさい。
She spoke to us as we walked away. She spoke quietly but sharply.
これはお願いじゃないから。これ、わかるでしょ。
もちろんです。
それならいいわ。
One doesn't simply forget something like that. What was that anyway?
簡単なことだ。ホラー穴の中に最新鋭のロボが保管されていた。
Why
それ
the
をお前が起動してしまった。
why the hell would they have her just in a cave like that anyway? Surely someone would be like, ooh, curiosity, let's go in and see what's in there. What about Misakochi Sensei? Why did she
差し
come?
詰め本職は研究所の職員ってことだろう。副職として教師をする。さして珍しいことでもない。
I guess it's something like that too.
それにしても素晴らしい体験だった。あそこまで生々しいロボを目の当たりにできるとは。
You know, it'd be a weird kind of job, like if someone working for NASA just like has another job, and that job is working at a grocery store or something like that. You just be like, you know, I work for NASA, right? No, they probably wouldn't reveal that, really. Just like it's top secret stuff. It'd just be the weirdest thing, wouldn't it? It's like, why are you working here if you also work for them? Surely you should just focus on that. Just like, yeah, but I kind of like to take a bit of a break from it, you know, because it's all... I prefer the simpler things. What's so about groceries? It's like people constantly freaking just... It must be a nightmare. Freaking seeing all these people. I don't know where I'm going with that. So Tsukanami talked decidedly as he remembered what happened. I would absolutely fail at a job like that. I'm no good with people. I know. Social anxiety, man. I touched my cheek that was punched by her. I bet I'm the only person in the entire world who has been punched by a robot. Probably not. That doesn't make me happy at all, though. Let's see, The time, look at the time, we only have 5 minutes left until class starts.
まあ。ということで、少し走るぞ。
Let us skip run.
今のところは企
Still
業。
keep going. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew. Sandman. Skip a skip. Nope.
じゃあなん
Alt.
で天笠さんあんなに不機嫌そうなのよ。
I have no comment regarding that matter. She glared at me. Even if she looked at me that way, Mizukoshi-sensei told me not to say anything. Even if Mizukoshi-sensei didn't stop me, I wouldn't know how to explain anyway. She's actually a robot and she was sleeping in a cave, but I accidentally activated her. That's absurd. Who would believe a story like that? I thought I'd never see her again. I felt my cheek aching from where she punched me. I glanced at Amakase, but she acted as if I didn't and continued to eat her lunch. This is uncomfortable. The four of us ate in silence. Well, silence isn't no talking, but silence. There's a lot going on. There was the rattling sound of our chopsticks. There was the slurping sound of eating our udon noodles. There was no conversation. Wataru tried to talk to Amakase a few times, but she ignored him completely as well, so he gave up. Yume glared at me once in a while like she wanted to say something. This is really something. This is getting really unbearable. I want to hurry up and finish eating so I can go back to the classroom. I scoffed down the rest of my lunch. At the same time, Amakase put down her chopsticks.
ごちそうさま。
She put her hands together. Then she pulled out her bag and took a banana from it. A banana? Oh, you like bananas, huh? You fool! Her behavior was so natural I couldn't help commenting.
今なんて言った？
The air around us froze. Her voice sounded angry. I thought you liked bananas. I've already forgotten you stating that you didn't like bananas.
貴様。
To be fair, he was about to be punched in the face soon after, so maybe that's why he didn't think of that. He just thought, she hates humans, and she hates me especially, so she's gonna punch me in the face. Just like, oh, I forgot you said bananas. What? Did I say something inappropriate? Yume and Wataru looked away, obviously trying their best not to get involved. How heartless of them.
どこの誰がバナナなんぞ好き好んで食べようか。
Slam! Wow! Amakase slammed the table and glared at me.
貴様、みなつの言葉を覚えてないようだな。
Remember what?
頭の悪い貴様にもう一度だけ教えてやるからしっかり覚えておけ。みなつにはな、この世界で嫌いなものが2つだけある。たった2つだけな。一つはもちろん貴様たち人間。そしてもう一つがバナナだ。
As she glared at the banana in her right hand, she squeezed out the word. Surely there'd be more than two things that a robot could potentially hate in the world, right? Right? I don't know.
できることならこの世界上からバナナなんてもの
Can't honestly think of anything off the top of my head that a robot would hate, other than what she stated. Well, the bananas thing is kind of odd. The truck backing up? Suddenly, an electronic sound came from a device on her arm and interrupted her.
ちバナナミンが
Can you imagine if she was like outdoors walking down the road And then that sound just suddenly goes off and the cars is just like stop looking around, just like, where's the truck backing from? Where's the truck? Amakase clicked her tongue and bit into the banana after she peeled it. She wolfed it down. She ate the banana. Intently. With a foul look on her face the whole time. What? What is this girl? The people around us went back to what they were doing before as if nothing happened. It was more likely they didn't want to face the reality. This is beyond my understanding. Hey, Yume, what is Amakase like?
私に聞かないでよ。
But she's your classmate. The PA rang through with an announcement.
2年1組の天笠みなつさん、3年3組桜井義之君、至急保健室まで来てください。
You know, this upcoming scene just seemed absolutely freaking pointless in the Nanaka route, didn't it? Even before we got there. I mean, sure, we were always focusing on her and all that. And before that, when it seemed like it'd be Koko's route, but because I didn't focus on her the entire time, it didn't end up being any routes at all. You get the idea. No focus on Robo Girl here. At all. Why? I heard Misakoshi Sensei's voice from the speaker in the ceiling.
繰り返します。2年1組の天笠みなつさん、3年3組桜井義之君、至急保健室まで来てください。
Click. I looked at Amakase. It's probably not even how her name's pronounced. Amakase turned around and left the cafeteria while completely ignoring me. I watched her leave dumbfounded.
お前も呼ばれてるぞ。
I know.
また何かやらかしたんですか？
She glared at
大
me.
体兄さんと天笠さんの間で一体何があったんです？天笠さん明らかにおかしかったし。
Nothing. Though I had a guess, the fact both Amakase and I were called in by Misakoshi Sensei was giving me a bad feeling, but I couldn't run. Besides, I promised Misakoshi Sensei that I'd help her. I gave a small sigh and followed Amakase. Can we just call her Robo Girl? When I arrived at the nurse's office, I saw a carefree Misakoshi Sensei and a grimacing Amakase.
ちょっとそこに座って。
Can you pronounce her name for me? I need to know if I'm pronouncing it right or not. She pointed to the bed and I sat on it.
わざわざ来てもらって悪いわね。ちょっと桜井君に頼みたいことがあって。
みなつは必要ないと言っている。
まあそう言わないの。
No, she's got a point there, cause like this whole thing that she like, okay, I want you to do this and that, blah blah blah. I can't even remember where it actually was, cause he completely ignored this bit of the plot. Misakoshi Sensei tried to calm Amakase down and then looked at me.
この前ちょっとだけ話したと思うけど、この子、天笠みなつはロボットなのね。
Amakase or Amakase, or what? Somehow Amakase was standing there proudly full of confidence. I will call her that anyway, though.
最新鋭とは言っても、ちょっと古い技術なんだけど、まあなんていうか、少し特殊な作りになっていて。見ての通り、人間と何ら変わりない感情や自分の意志を持っているの。
You know what I wonder? I wonder who picked out the pillow-looking hat. I am curious about that, honestly.
まるで人間と見分けがつかないくらいのね。
Indeed, because it was looking at me with... what? Full of hatred, just like a normal human. It's like, it's normal for humans to look at each other with hatred. I couldn't tell. Is she really a robot? Anybody would ask that.
貴様、みなつを愚弄するつもりか？
No, but no matter how I look at you, you appear human from every direction. I didn't think Mitsukoshi Sensei would lie to me, but...
だったら証拠を見せてやろうじゃないか。このロケットパンチをくれ。
ついてないわよ。
なぜつけん。
必要ないでしょ。
これだから人間ってやつは。
Creating robots just to be more human-like. What's the point, damn it? Amakase Minatsu complains. You're supposed to build robots to have rocket punching this, goddammit! Just like humans would do.
まあ天笠がロボットだってことは間違いないわ。私が保証します。桜井君が疑問に思うのもわかるけどね。
Yeah.
逆に言えばね、それだけ特殊なロボットなの。だからあそこで凍結されていた。
But why a cave?
桜井君も授業で習ったでしょ。ロボットにまつわるいろんな事件のこと。
Yeah. I nodded. We learned about the historical instance caused by robots attempting to interrogate into human society. I don't remember hearing this in history class. Regulation, oppression, and destruction. They were all good examples of humans' egos, though. For robots, I'm sure they were extremely annoying and unreasonable, but I'm sure they were extremely annoying and unreasonable demands.
ぶっちゃけこの天笠の存在が外に漏れるとやばいんだよね。間違いなくスクラップ処分される。
I'm sure. If an existence of a robot which looked just like a human came out into the open, various organizations wouldn't stay quiet about it.
私たちはそれを望まないの。んで、天笠は長い間凍結されていたから社会常識に疎い。さらにシステム的にも不安定。
No wonder why she was amazed by the TV then.
言ってしまえばかなり奇怪な行動をとることが予想されるのね。だから天笠がロボットだってバレないように誰かにサポートしてもらいたいのよ。
And do you want me to do that?
ご名答。
だからみなつは必要ないと言っている。
You know, if it was the real me, like having just like, okay, take care of the robot, just like, if it's just standing next to each other walking down the street, just be like, yeah, which one's the robot? It's like, hey, just because I don't show emotion much, I'm no freaking robot. Amakase raised her voice in a shout.
みなつは常識人だし、システムも安定してる。奇怪な行動をとったりもしない。
Smoke was coming out of her ears. Smoke?
まったく説得力ないわね。ほら、これでカイロを冷やして。
She tossed a frozen gel pack to Amakase. I just pictured something stupid. What if you spilled coffee on her? Would she malfunction or what? Amakase put the pack on her forehead with a grimace.
ほらね、ロボットだったでしょ。
Yes. The smoke coming out of her ears proved it.
どのみちフォローする人間は必要なの。これは研究所の総意と受け取ってもらって構わない。
Never know, man. Maybe she's just really boiling and angry at the same time.
だったら、すでに正体のバレている桜井君に頼むのが手っ取り早いでしょ。
それはそうだが。
天笠を起動したのは桜井君だった。そういう巡り合わせなんでしょ。
Certainly wasn't in the previous route, was it? Completely forgot about this whole plot.
不満かしら。
もちろん不満だ。が、水越博士の指示には従おう。
She looked at me with extreme reluctance.
みなつは別にフォローが必要だとは思ってないからな。人間を信用するつもりもない。
Can't say I blame you on that. People can be quite
だから
untrustworthy.
桜井、貴様は余計なことはするな。みなつが言いたいのはそれだけだ。
No, honestly, I think we'd get along fairly well. Just like, can you imagine that? Like, a robot just hates humans, and then you just like getting along with this robot. It's like, yeah, humans suck. It's like, but you are a human yourself. And it's like, yeah, I know, but we're kind of douchebags, aren't we, when you really think about it? I mean, look at the shit we do to our world, draining it of resources. We're pretty much like, we breathe like rabbits and fight like ants a lot. We build and destroy, rebuild and destroy that, and rebuild and destroy and rebuild and destroy. And not a care in the world for anything else, really. It's just like, Jesus Christ, we are just, wow. Just be like, yeah, I agree with you on some of this. Because honestly, I have a negative view of humanity myself. But at the same time, I kind of have that kind of view where it's just like, I want to, with my life, somehow make some improvements, if at all possible. But at the end of the day, what can you really do? Just live your life and try not to be an asshole. That's how it should be. Minatsu squared her shoulders and left the nurse's office in disgust.
やれやれだね。
Mizukoshi Sensei shrugged her shoulders while smiling bitterly. How could I support a robot with such an attitude?
まあ別にずっと一緒に行動してほしいってことじゃないの。
That reminds me of a very philosophical question I thought to myself earlier. I was like, when did humans start making weapons to use on each other? And then it's like, it's a good point. I mean, prehistoric man would have used weapons for self-defense against the wildlife of the time and to hunt said wildlife of the time. But nowadays, I mean, it's kind of different, isn't it? You can't just be like, oh, we still make weapons for hunting and all that. It's just like, yeah, but could you imagine, say, using a freaking nuclear weapon as a hunting weapon? No, that'd be completely stupid. It's like, oh, look, a deer, drop the nuke. Okay, lunchtime. Fuck, there's nothing left of it. Whoops. Mizukoshi Sensei probably sensed what I was thinking and spoke with a bitter smile.
あの子もバカじゃないし、そうそうバレるようなことはしないでしょ。ただね、たまに気にかけてあげてほしいの。あの子、基本的に一人ぼっちだからね。
Her voice sounded warm like a mother concerned about her child.
で、引き受けてくれる？
Well, it was my fault for activating her in the first place, so I'll try my best.
ありがとう。
This time for real, because it's be the actual main focus. Mizukoshi Sensei smiled.
じゃあこれ。
What is this? She handed me a document.
天笠の基本資料。一通り目を通しておいて。
Okay.
基本的には人間と変わらないから。しかも年頃の女の子のね。
Yeah.
あっち系の機能ももちろん完備してるから。頑張ればいいことあるかもよ。
She laughed. That isn't what a teacher should say.
ああ、そうそう。あと、できることなら仲良くしてくれると嬉しいかな。ちょっといろいろあってね。今は人間が嫌いになっちゃってるんだけど。
So when was this robot made anyway? She looked into my eyes and smiled.
あの子、本当は素直ないい子だからね。
So she said,